Morning in 8 minutes. We're getting you ready to get out the door. You need an umbrella.
Yes, you do. So Heather, how much rain are we talking about for this weekend in the first alert forecast?
Well, at least we're kind of easing into it now, but yeah, absolutely. We're taking the umbrella for those pop-ups today. I do think the better rainfall rates will move in after sunset. So tonight, for example, I do think that's when more of us will even have another half an inch to some inch. It may wake you tonight, but I kind of like that timing better. Give us a little longer today. Tomorrow afternoon to evening, then we'll start to flare up a few more storms. So by the end of Saturday, officially, many of us will have a good half an inch to an inch of rain from that pre-dawn batch to the evening batch. And then Sunday's still that day, Father's Day, where it looks scattered throughout the morning. A little better coverage midday to afternoon, but it's still hit or miss, as in we'll get a few streaks of a third to a half an inch in parts of the valley, catching some of that heavier rain, half an inch to an inch to enter our area and break up just a bit as we do continue that active pattern in your first alert weekend forecast.
Heather, thanks. Right now, the Monroe County Sheriff's Office needs your help. They're searching for a missing teen.
They're looking for 19-year-old Caden Long. He was last seen Saturday wearing a red and gray Sequoia hoodie, white tennis shoes, and khaki shorts. If you know anything about where he might be this morning, call the Monroe County Sheriff's Office.
Meanwhile, a man is dead after a crash yesterday on North Gallagher View Road. Knoxville police say this happened around noon near Walker Springs. Investigators say a truck turning out of an apartment complex hit a motorcycle on Gallagher View. Then the motorcycle hit another car head on. The motorcycle driver died at the hospital. No one else is hurt in that crash. And we're learning new details this morning about a chase we told you about yesterday. It happened on I-40 Wednesday night.
Yeah, it started in East Knoxville, stretched into Jefferson County, ending back in Sevier County. Now we're learning the names of the three men charged. Isaiah Kimber, Kachon Crawford, and James Dunn are all facing a number of charges this morning. The Knox County Sheriff's Office says the arrests are part of the 313 initiative, a multi-state project aimed at cutting down on drug traffic from Detroit to East Tennessee.
New details this morning. Knoxville police tell us the food truck from Dulcie's Cafe was found yesterday in Nashville. Someone driving a Home Depot rental pickup stole it right from the restaurant's parking lot on Cherry Street on Sunday, all caught on surveillance video seen here. They are still looking for the suspects, but the trailer has been found.
Well, if you drive the intersection of Joe Hinton and Bakertown Road in West Knox, you know it's a tight turn. Yeah,
neighbors say they've seen it all, from crashes to cars getting stuck in the ditch there. Now the county says they've got a plan to fix the intersection. County Commission is expected to talk about the next step at its meeting later this month. And if approved, Jim Snowden says they're hoping to have that project done in about 18 to 24 months. And Knox County tells us they are going under a hiring freeze next month.
Yeah, they're hoping to save money and balance the budget for the next year. In a statement, the county's chief financial officer tells us the hiring freeze will keep them from using up their rainy day fund. He says it will not impact services and they will still hire for critical positions. The hiring freeze will be from July to December. The county expects it to save about $750,000. Well, heads up for all the Mitsubishi drivers out there. Nearly 200,000 SUVs are on the recall list.
It's because of an issue with the rear view camera that could increase your risk of a crash. Mitsubishi says the rear view camera software was improperly programmed. That could cause the camera to freeze or fail to display at all. The recall affects 2022 to 2024 Mitsubishi Outlanders and 2023 to 2025 Mitsubishi Outlander plug-in hybrids. So if you have one of these cars, the company's going to send you a letter June 30th. Dealers will update your software for free.
Federal judge has denied Tennessee point guard Zakai Ziegler's request for a preliminary injunction.
He filed a lawsuit against the NCAA to allow him to play a fifth season on Rocky Top. But the fight isn't over yet. The court decided the 4 seasons rule isn't a matter of law, so they could not make a ruling in it. The firms representing Ziegler say they plan on continuing to pursue the case and the best path forward. You can find a more in-depth breakdown of this lawsuit and the decision now in your WVLT News app. And heads up with Father's Day coming up this Sunday. Morning Point of Powell Assisted Living is hosting a Father's Day car show. It's starting tonight at 5. Organizers say they're going to have classic cars and some good food. All ages are welcome to stop on by. Call Morning Point to RSVP. And as you head out the door, we want to get a look at your first alert traffic, taking a live look at I-40, right where you mix with that 640 traffic. Heading out, you're in good shape. The morning rush still a ways off on this Friday morning, so you're on time. Taking a look at I-40 right around 275. starting to get a little bit heavier on that westbound side, but you can see no delays. Traffic is moving smoothly. We're still following this bridge work in Campbell County, 75 southbound. We were hoping that was going to be cleared up for you this morning, still causing delays. Be careful of those workers. They are working hard to get that wrapped up.
All right, and before you run out the door, again, sunglasses and an umbrella is the story in the first alert forecast for this morning. We already actually need both, but just very few need the umbrella for now. It's handy for later. Got those couple of spots of showers dancing along the southern to central valley, starting to fall apart there a little bit more as it enters West Knox and South Knox. You can see actually these layers of some fog and clouds and a little bit of sun. That summarizes all the different views you can have this morning, but a beautiful view right now from downtown Knoxville with temperatures above average because of that high humidity. 68 from Athens to Knoxville, 67 Crossville to Oak Ridge. You're at 65 in Williamsburg and 64 Tazewell, along with Sevierville. So getting out the door, it's already a little warm. We're definitely still using the t-shirts and the sunscreen and the sunglasses, but we start popping up a few storms in the afternoon because it's steamy. And then this evening, a few more head this way, and then to start the night. That'll leave us around 84 today. As I mentioned, we've got a little better coverage of this batch of storms that looks to reach us to start tonight, wind down tomorrow morning, and yet again leave us stuffy, warm, a lot of upper 60s to around low 70s tomorrow morning with that rainfall to kick up tonight. Fade back out, pump back up. Yeah, that on and off trend continues. We're looking from spotty to scattered tomorrow for your Saturday. And then it does look on and off throughout the whole day Sunday. So that's still been the day that it is rainy at times, not a washout. But yes, those downpours do continue in waves on into next week before we can break this pattern and crank the heat and call up your friend with a pool next Friday.
All right, Heather, thanks so much. Well, we're headed over to the CW Knoxville where we're following more breaking news. A soldier at Fort Campbell has died. Join us.